kind of makes me wonder if the deeper the emotion, the more powerful the music. But how deep can it go? What happens when you reach rock bottom? I think I know the very man to answer that question.
May you never lay your head down without a hand to hold.
John Martyn has always worn his heart on his sleeve. He wrote some of the defining British albums of the 70s, echoing blues and folk influences through unique guitar techniques, and he's still going strong in the studio today. He's always been a spontaneous, incurable romantic, and we've heard all about his darkest moments through his music. Some people keep diaries. John makes records.
I've always written from personal experience. Normally, in my case, it would be 2 o'clock in the morning drunk on my own with the drum machine and the electric guitar. So that bit is greeting, moaning to yourself and complaining generally, whinging and giving out. That's basically it, you know, it's just like, oh, poor miserable me. Great fun at the time, anyway. It's very good for you. Cleansing of the soul.
Tell me when the hurt in your heart is gone, when the hurt in your heart is gone.
And that's what I really like, is the power of the notes. It's very good for the head. Sometimes you don't have to sing a damn thing, as long as you're playing and something. And then the music says it for you.
John's most heartfelt album was Grace and Danger, released in 1980 after he'd separated from his first wife, Beverly.
Show me one sign.
Beverly and John had met and married in the 60s when both were rising stars on the folk scene. They collaborated on a number of albums and started a family, but sadly, by the end of the 70s, their relationship had fallen apart.
You have to talk to other people about their divorces. Mine was painful. There's an enormous change in your life. You know, you could buy kids, you could buy missus, or you could buy home, you could buy da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And you're sort of fighting against it, but you still know it's inevitable. So it's a kind of it's a hard thing, but the songs are really good for you. Moaning down the microphone and singing the blues is very good for you.
Moaning down the microphone.
Moaning and singing the blues is very, very cathartic. It does help.
So did you go into the whole thing then to write these songs as a part of a process?
No. Not at all, straight from the heart. It's important, I think, when you're in some ghastly emotional state, to be truthful about it, because if you're not, then you'll hurt yourself.
John's songs are an unavoidable consequence of his feelings. In fact, Beverly complained that so much emotion left John through his songs that there wasn't much left for her. Heart in Your Heart is the most emotional song on the album and shows just how deeply John was affected, and still is.
When that heart, oh, tell me where it's gone. When that heart, don't want to be there all the time, be there all the time with you, waiting for you to come sing the tune of you always. I will still be your friend all the way down to the river. I mean, Jesus down there, die by you. Ah, yeah. I tell me when the time is gone. Now tell me when it hurt in your heart is gone. Give me a call now. Call my name to know I'll be there.
Reference to the blues was true. The blues is like, that's what it is, you know, it's like, you got a lot to keep from crying, and sometimes you have to cry just because you have to cry. That album was the most personal thing I ever did. And I've drawn my horns in a wee bit since then.
You're saying it's a personal thing, yet it became a huge success as an album. How does that make you feel, that people have this insight into your life and how you feel?
I must confess at the time it never occurred to me that it was that personal.
And your heart is gone.
John, the music and the emotion are inseparable. So much so that to play that song nearly 30 years on still upsets him. He writes because that emotion needs a release, and the fact that